Well, we haven't seen a production piece yet, so we'll see.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be the first one to find out, I hope.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right.
They're telling you that you've got to do a live pre-order in the chat, Chris.
Oh, I might do that. Maybe we'll see.
You know, you could do a live cancellation.
I could do a live cancellation. That might be an offset. Well, I'll think about it. Could you guys see this okay?
Yeah.
Cancellation. Yes.
All right. So this was the big announcement, was the Tweeterhead two-face maquette.
Yep.
Which is very, very exciting. I've actually been able to see this in production or being designed basically for the last year. And so it's very, very exciting to finally see this, come to light. Obviously, we haven't seen the actual statue yet. I know you guys are going to be very, very pleased with it. And the only thing I don't know, and I'm trying to poke and prod chat a little bit. I don't know what scale these are going to be offered in. I think it does come down to whatever Sideshow wants because they have the quarter scale license. But I know a lot of collectors would love to see this offered in both scales. And so I don't know. What are you guys hoping to see from this statue?
Detail.
Yeah.
Detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't be skimpy and gloss over it.
Yep. And multiple finishes. If I think about, I've owned the Arkham Knight, third scale from Prime 1.
Yeah.
And I think some of what made that piece so good was the detail and the multiple finishes. The burnt flesh.
The burnt.
Oh, real.
Or even the burnt suit.
And the burnt suit. Yeah. All the textures. You just had all these different textures and colors, and the level of realism was really good. And so if they go that route with this piece, I think it'll be great.
If they're smart, they'll do 2 portraits.
I almost can guarantee they're going to do 2. I think it's a no-brainer. Again, I don't know for sure, but I think it's just they need to absolutely do 2 portraits.
Yep.
And so I'm anxious to see what they do, but it is very exciting that this is finally teased. I've been telling you guys for a while that Tweeterhead's going to go all in on these characters, and believe me when I say they are going all in on these characters. So it's very, very exciting to see all the characters they're going to be doing that have not been done by major companies, really. So it's very, very exciting. So anyway, Two-Face is coming from Tweeterhead. So here's the Poison Ivy that we're talking about earlier. This is the brand new one. If you guys have not seen it, this was a new image finally released. I think they basically released this because I think it was a whoopser to begin with. And I'm sure that I did not help with that at all with my video because it's got a lot of views. I think it's got over like 6,000 views, I think. And so a lot of people have seen this teased. And so obviously they were very smart, I think, to, get on the hype. What do you guys think of this? I think she looks just lovely.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Incredible portrait. What do you like about this one, Julia?
I love the story. It's simple, but there's a definite story there. And one thing I did notice is that she has she's on the GCPD base, which we can only see a little bit of. And one of the plants has a policeman's hat in its mouth. So it makes me think about the logo actually is similar to the first Poison Ivy book series.
Yes.
It's like the exact same artwork. And there was a cover, I think it was like the second cover in the series. And she has the 2 policemen behind her. And it's like she's escaped. She's holding the handcuffs. And it's like she's put a spell on the policeman or something. So it made me think that this is kind of that storyline or something similar.
It's very, very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very, kind of a nod to the animated series. I like that she's got the kind of that green tight look on her legs. So it's really nice. I just think that the sculpt looks really nice. I think all the leaves look great. And I love the attention to detail on the plants. They kind of made them a little bit more whimsical this time, which was fun. Sometimes I feel like they just try to make them scary. But this one, like you said, it has a lot of great storytelling elements to it. I'm curious as to who do you think this is going to be sculpted by?
I'm going to say Dan Ulrich.
Dan Ulrich. I'm trying to think of the portrait. Like, it's just such a good portrait. No, I guess we'll find out. But hopefully she'll go up for pre-order soon. Do you think she'll be a little pricier since it's got all of the vines, or do you think it'll be in line with some of their other premium formats lately?
650-ish.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
600.
Yeah, I could see that.
No,
I mean,
I don't know that it's that much going on.
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like a Starfire or something with got all the the smoke she's on. Like, it's not a giant base.
How much is the I was just on my Sideshow account too, and I forgot to look. How much is the new Harley, the Tweeterhead Harley? Was she $725?
I feel like it might be in that neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah, I could see this one being in the high sixes potentially.
And that the Harley had a lot of base to her.
Had a lot more base, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like the intricate little areas. But anyway, so I'm excited that Sideshow finally have announced her. And then speaking of her, we also have the flesh colored one. Again, I love this. I think that they've definitely improved it. It is tough for me to part with my green, but because again that is more true to the story. But I just feel like this is, I don't know, I just think it's beautiful. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I
think
would pick this one over the green, and I like a green-skinned poison ivy.
Me too. I like this one better.
I think that they will improve on some of the areas of paint. I think that I know that there was some issues with the green one's face, where people didn't love the lip paint that they did.
I like this one's hair better.
Yeah, the hair is better. In my opinion, I think it pops more with her flesh color, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
And some people have pointed out that the paint is a little different on the tree and the monsters as well. So I think we'll see slight differences in how they paint it. Obviously, maybe they'll make certain areas a little bit brighter or a little bit darker, which is cool. And again, this is a variant. This is part of their 10-year anniversary. So, and I do appreciate the fact that they did change the hair. I think that was a smart move for them.
Maybe they'll release this one as a quarter scale with green skin, but with this hair.
Now that could be interesting. I could see them doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be smarter, then they don't have to worry, because the green one has a little bit of a seam where the hair kind of comes down to a V.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one looks more natural. But yeah, just absolutely stunning. And again, congratulations to Julia on picking this one up.
Thank you.
Julia, do you have a spot picked out in your room already for her?
Yeah, I do. I think the other premium format will go up here on the bookshelf, and constantly moving things around. She definitely feels she's a focal point.
Yep.
And I'm someone too, I'm thinking about it. And of course I say this now, but I could see her being like my only Prime One piece.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, she is so large that she's absolutely a centerpiece. I remember when I was in Florida a couple years ago, I did a comic book video tour, and that was the first piece you saw when you came in the store, and it just was like, wow, this looks so good here. And so you're gonna love her. I mean, she's just absolutely incredible. And again, you can just really see the difference there in her hair and her portrait.
Yeah, I really had not looked at them or thought about them that much. They're so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just, and again, this is going to be hopefully production will look this good. I'm hoping, because there is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I threw this photo in. I thought this was really cool to see the new Dark Knight Returns, to kind of give you guys a size comparison to the Bat Bike that Dan and I own. I think it scales pretty nicely.
They look good together.
Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
They look real good. Mine still has not shipped. I don't know when I'm going to get mine, but hopefully someday. I'm assuming at some point they will. These are photos in hand of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles third scale. This is the Raphael from PCS. People have started to receive theirs, and I think this looks really great. What do you guys think?
I've heard nothing negative.
Yeah,
It's looking good. Again, these are pretty sizable pieces, and Adams has said that they are going to be doing more in this line. I think it's been quite popular for them, as it should be. They're really cool.
Yeah, if I was a fan of them, it seems like there's quite a few different choices for turtles, and there's different styles or different looks.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely all different kinds of options for turtle fans.
Did Prime One do some?
Yes, they did. I know they did they did the Bebop and Rocksteady too. They were the cartoon versions though. I think this is more like, is this more like comic book? I think.
I like these a little better.
I do too.
The Prime One ones looked a little scary.
Yeah, I can see
they
that.
look maybe a little more realistic looking.
Yep, agree.
Yeah, I like them. This was really great, and I have to tip my hat to Mr. J, the creative director at Prime One. Absolutely fantastic. He has started to post in the groups. This is something he's never done before. He is admittedly quite shy. And so he doesn't really interact much, but he actually reached out to me this week. I've dreamed about talking with him for the last 5 years, and this is the first time I got the chance to talk with him via Messenger, and we talked for an hour back and forth. He was awesome. He gave me a lot of insight into things that are coming. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about him right now. But he did say I could say that they are doing the Killer Croc versus Batman. It's being painted right now. So good news for anybody that's interested in that piece. But it's really nice to see them start interacting with the community a little bit more. I feel like that's been the one component missing from Prime One. And this was an example of that. They posted this photo. So this was the Talon that Eric and I have. There was a lot of concern because the leg kind of felt hollow. And you can clearly see it isn't. And this is the rod that goes all the way in. So people that have Talon, you don't need to worry. And another great thing, I don't know if you guys saw that too, but where it keys in is metal. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
So I thought that was really great instead of it just being polystone, which can warp over time and chip away. But I think it's pretty cool. What do you guys think about these photos? Do you think it's pretty cool that
It's awesome.
It's cool that they shared that. The War Machine that I had in my quarter scale pieces, the first one that I bought, the leg came broke, just like this picture. Wow. And it looks very similar. It had a post in it all the way down. And the leg felt like it might be hollow, but it wasn't.
Well, and that's the thing is that, excuse me, that just because it has the steel in it doesn't mean it's not breakable. But it does help.
Steel broke.
Yeah, it still broke.
It was just all the crap around it.
Yeah, right. But at least it gives you some peace of mind that it hopefully won't lean over time. These are some in-hand photos from Prime One or Prime One Collector of the Black Canary. This is the third scale from them. I don't know if you guys have seen these pictures or not.
She looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks just like the prototype to me.
Yeah, they look good together.
Yeah, here you can see her with Zatanna. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen some reviews of the Zatanna with the stage, but it's a massive piece.
Yeah,
that stage is really big, so it's really cool. But I think she looks really great. Again, nice texture and paint applications on the shirt. check the eyeballs. They look good. Again,
Now,
this
is she another art germ style?
I think so. Yes. I don't know if they've credited Art Germ.
Like that.
Do you guys, any of you guys know if this is Art Germs or if it's just in his style?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's hard to tell. This one.
I know some they credit him and some they don't.
Because the Wonder Woman that you did was art germ.
Yeah, but I don't think they credited him as Art Germs.
It was definitely his.
I know. I think that sometimes they use that as reference, and I think some of them he individually works with them. So I don't know what the difference of that is and how that all works, but
I know the Supergirl, all of these, I think would look good together.
I do too. They're all. I mean, I think
Supergirl was way prettier in person than I would have ever imagined.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, they're all really nicely done, and they all are designed to go together 100%. I thought the lips were really good with that gloss. That looked really good to me. This is the new American Psycho quarter scale from PCS. I thought this likeness was really good.
That looks really good. Yep.
It's like, you know, we always talk about
the best Christian Bales.
I agree. I mean, we talk about the Batman pieces all the time. I'm like, that looks great.
Yep.
I think it's one of the best ones out there. I could see some people putting that on a quarter scale Batman.
Yep.
If it would fit. There is this one pose, and there's different ways you can order them. There's like the suit version, and then there's like the bloodier version. And then I don't love this portrait as much.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little derpy, but I do think that this one looks great.
Hey, Matt's in the chat. He's at Disney World right now.
Oh, Matt T.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Oh, hashtag jealous. Well, look at that face.
That's awesome.
So we got more photos since our last show. This is the penguin from Pure Arts. Very strange concept. The other two have been cowls, whereas this one is a mask, and not a wearable mask, mind you. I don't believe, but it is a mask that is made of silicone. Obviously, Danny DeVito. This is my favorite Batman film. I've really considered it. It's just so weird. It's kind of along the lines of the Joker mask that Dan and I have. You know, it's the same company. It's very expensive. It's very expensive for what it is. But I do like it. I think it's pretty fun.
I think maybe you could wear it, but you'd be blind.
Yeah, it's like it's got the glass eyes, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you could see through it.
Right.
I don't know. Is it too weird?
Somebody's going to build a body.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, yeah. Dan, is it too weird? What do you think?
It's right up there with really weird. Yeah, for me it is. I think that the difference is the Joker mask kind of doesn't pretend to be a head. It looks like a mask.
Yeah, right.
This looks like a head on a stick.
This is a head on a stick.
Yeah. And it's kind of like
He's very well done.
Somewhere between a bust and a statue. And
I agree with Jeff. Somebody's going to build a body for him. No question.
yeah.
Well, I would assume somebody like Infinity Studios will do a life size, don't you think?
Like these don't look
And
like
it
they
looks
go together
great.
for me.
No.
I agree.
No.
You know,
I mean, maybe if you had Penguin in the middle, maybe. I don't know. It's just
but he doesn't belong in the middle. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's different.
I mean, I think what would have looked cool, and they wouldn't have sold any, but I think it would have been cool just to have that stand with like a top hat tilted.
Yeah.
Just to represent him. You know, I know it would have been
make
very
more
cheap,
sense.
but it would have made more sense to have the hat, the cowl, and the Catwoman cowl as well.
They could have worked in the monocle.
Yeah, just something, you know, they could have done, and I get it. I mean, I think what they've done is amazing. I mean, let's be honest. It's an incredible looking piece, but it is odd that they would do a mask when they have the cowls. Like it doesn't fit.
Or they should offer a faceplate for the other ones or something. I don't know.
Now I follow the the makeup artist Diehl.
Oh yeah, she works with everybody
so
in
many
Hollywood.
Pictures of on set when she did this, and it's amazing to see.
So DeVito's likeness must be really affordable.
The what?
DeVito's likeness must be really affordable.
It's got to be, because I mean, you know, Keaton's is insane. And I have some insight on that I can't share here. I'll talk to you guys off camera.
It's expensive.
It's expensive, yeah, and it's kind of crazy what Keaton demands and what Nicholson demands. Again, I'm hearing in the 7 figures. And, you know, it's too risky. It's just too. I mean, Pure Arts isn't going to pay that, I don't think, to have a Michael Keaton chin. You know.
Yeah.
Going back to Christian Bale, they've teased the Infinity Studios for the first time. We saw renders before, but this is the life-size Christian Bale. Obviously, they are going to do that unmasked portrait, which is cool. This is one that I would consider just because I'm getting the Ledger Joker. I think it would look great together, but I'm not sure how I would feel about unmasked. I just don't know if I'd want a masked one or not. I mean, maybe they would offer both.
Chris, this looks like it's the Dark Knight suit, right?
Yeah, it's the Dark Knight suit.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's not the Begins.
Yeah. That'd be a nice bookend. I mean, nice set of bookends. Him and
I agree. I've decided I'm not going to get the Catwoman bust. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm leaning on canceling on the Margot Robbie piece. So I think that this would probably be my two. This would be that would be it. It'd be these two busts, unless they did like a Two-Face.
Right.
And a Bane, maybe, I don't know, but we'll see. But really, it's always been about Batman and Joker, so that's I could see me doing
make more sense.
Yeah, it would make more sense. They also had the Henry Cavill Superman. I don't know how well this one will do because it's that black suit again. I think it would be really good if it was the blue suit, but I think the likeness looks great here, and the eyes obviously light up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any life-size bust has ever done that before, so that could be interesting. J&D Studios has also been teasing a new Lord of the Rings piece. I think this one will be real popular. I think, isn't this the first piece they've teased? Or maybe second. I can't remember. I know In Art has teased these.
Yeah, for 1/3 scale, I think this is the first.
Yeah. So that's going to be real popular. Isn't this the Liv Tyler character?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think they actually they might have released teaser 2 this morning.
They did. They released.
They did.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And I think it had like a kind of like a silhouette of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And so far, it looked really good.
Yeah, I think so too. Here's another Poison Ivy. Again, we're Poison Ivy heavy tonight, which is awesome. This is the variant, so people are starting to finally get this one in.
Looks really great.
It does. Julie, would you add this one? I know you already have the other one, but would you? I know green isn't your favorite. Would you add this one just because you love Poison Ivy, or are you happy with just the one you have?
You know, I was debating on it when they announced this one, and then it went low stock, and then it, you know, there were only, and I was going to, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't compare to mine. And it's interesting, they really, you can tell how hand painted they are for some reason on these particular ones.
Yep.
Because mine, you know, she has like a slight smirk and it just makes it for me. And I've seen others, and, you know, just depending on the way she's painted, like they extended it just a little bit at the corner and she has so much personality. So yeah, I mean, this one just doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, she's beautiful, but again, I could never part with mine because I feel like I got so lucky with her expression.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It is cool to see that they took a different take. And again, it's you know, everybody has their own preference of which, you know, Ivy they like better. And I'm like you. I like the flesh color Ivy a little bit better. Again, that's just the one I grew up with. So
Yeah.
And here you can see them side by side for anybody that's looking to pick up the Joker. Again, they're all these are going to look amazing together. But again, I would like to see Tweeterhead do more quarter scale as well. This is a new art print from Lieber Mayho and Sideshow Collectibles. This is Detective Comics 1028. Another cool dynamic print.
It's
still
the
like the
Iron
one.
Man pose.
It is the Iron Man pose. I was gonna say I still like the one I have a lot better, but I still think it's a fun pice.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Would you add this one, Dan? I know you have a couple of Bermejos.
No, I don't. I don't think I'll be adding this one. I'm pretty happy with what I have in my collection from him right now.
Yep.
So.
As you should be.
Yeah.
They've teased a little bit more of the He-Man life-size bust from Masters of the Universe. This is again from Tweeterhead. Great companion piece to the Skeletor, which turned out great. I have a feeling we'll see him at San Diego, don't you think, Jeff?
I have a feeling we might see him at Monsterpalooza.
Oh, maybe even sooner then. You might.
That's first weekend of June.
You might have to PM IGO and see if we can get some intel.
Yeah.
This is the new Superman. This is the Dark Knight's Metal or Death Metal from XM that they've teased. Texturing looks really great there. Look at this.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Isn't that crazy? That looks really good.
Is that the long hair Superman?
Yes. But we haven't seen a full reveal of him yet. But it's obviously going to be a pretty dynamic looking piece with the fire. Tweeterhead's Flash has started to ship. I feel like people have been overall pretty happy with him. Some people feel like he's a little bit oversized compared to some of the original releases, the Superpowers line. But what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good here.
Mm-hmm. He displays well with the 2.0s, but not so great with the originals.
Yeah, with the 2.0. That's a great way to put it. This one does come in the dark red and brighter red colors. So I think it's still available for order if you're interested. And I think Tweeterhead's selling them directly still, aren't they, Jeff? I think
so. At least one of them.
Yeah. If not, you can get them at Sideshow, guys.
And you know what? We need to congratulate Tweeterhead because they completed the original 7 JLA.
Oh, wow. That's true. They did Martian Man.
Yeah, you just don't ever see that.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Yeah, you never see that. This is the Henry Cavill. So we saw teasers before of this one, and now we got all of the photos from Queen Studios. This is the life-size Henry Cavill bust. I still think that looks phenomenal. I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
I like it a lot.
Me neither.
Yeah, look at that.
I think it's the best done to date.
Yeah, for sure. Without question.
I mean, that looks like a photograph of him.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. And it's interesting. They're doing 2 different hairstyles.
They were different in the 2 movies. He changed. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So the black suit has a different hairstyle than the blue suit.
Mm-hmm.
And slightly different shading. I thought that was just interesting that they did that. I mean, they certainly didn't have to do that, but I thought that was pretty cool. They're that accurate.
Yeah.
This is that Wonder Woman that I was talking about. If anybody hasn't seen the review, again, I want to give a major thanks to Joe Latour. We had the honor of meeting him at New York Comic Con, all of us, and so that was really cool to be able to meet him. And I know he would like to do this more often. He wants to send me his statues, so it's pretty cool. And so from time to time, we'll get some statues here in the Batcave that I wouldn't otherwise get. But this was a fun piece, really beautiful.
I thought the paint on the costume was really awesome in your review.
Thank you. I agree. Everything was really crisp and clean. I just didn't see anything wrong with it at all. I thought it was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you feel like this hair or was polystone and not PVC?
It was 100% polystone. Yeah, it was polystone. It was heavy. So that's why I just don't know if they're going to kind of experiment with some of the hair. Again, I am fine with it being PVC, but I could see where some collectors still get upset by it. But like these front pieces, these are plastic, you know.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, and so people don't get mad about that. At least I don't. I can't speak for every person that collects, but you know.
I think a big chunk of, if I remember when they had the artist on Sideshow, that did the Green Arrow. A big
Yeah.
chunk of that is PVC.
Is it?
If I remember the interview right where they were talking about it.
It might be. And again, like as long as it looks
it
good.
It doesn't look any different than
Yeah,
the
as long
others.
as long as it looks good, that's fine with me.
It's one of my favorites.
This right here, the Stealth. Yeah,
this worries me.
So you're getting this in, right?
He's leaning.
Do you think it's just the angle of the photo, though?
I hope so. He's leaning to his
That's
left.
what I thought.
Yeah, he is leaning.
Then I
Well,
wondered if they got him put in correctly.
I was gonna say, like, it could be the distortion of the edge of the photo, but the Iron Man on the side looks pretty correct to me.
Yep.
Ugh, I hope it's not a problem.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the piece, but if it's leaning, I am not going to be happy with it.
Did you get it from Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he looks great, though.
He does.
You should. Didn't Art Statue Collector do a review on him?
Probably.
You should check it out and see if it's leaning on his.
I will, yeah.
It might give you some peace of mind.
Yeah, I've decided in my next life I'm going to be art statue collector.
We should all be Art Statue Collector in our next life. I tell you, that guy, he is one hell of a collection, that's for sure. Great guy, by the way. We have more photos. Obviously, this has now gone up for pre-order. And I am still contemplating. I just don't know whether to get this or, if by chance they will do a return suit, will I regret buying this again at whatever, $1,600?
You got to think they're going to do a returns.
I would think that they were going to do a returns. That's my favorite.
It would be $2,000 then.
That's the problem, Jeff. You're right. You're right. I have contemplated getting both of these and having them kind of back to back on a turntable.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I think that would look really neat. I think, again, I was planning on maybe pre-ordering this. But I think I've come to the determination that I don't think this is going to sell out anytime real quick. And I think I might wait until I figure out what my setup looks like in the new space. If that makes sense.
Smart. Yeah.
Yep.
And again, this is like it's shocking to me because this would normally be a piece that I would, pre-order day one, second one. But I just don't know. I'm still torn.
Yep.
This one went up for pre-order since our last show. We just had a teaser image, but this is the Blade third scale from PCS. I know this one still has had a lot of buzz around it.
It's because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Crazy
But
piece.
one thing you notice though is they are not including a portrait that's not with the glasses.
Yeah, and they showed one originally.
I know, and that was, remember, because everybody thought it looked too much like Wesley Snipes.
Which is probably why it's not there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think that's why, because now we just have the regular portrait, like the kind of the gritted teeth, and then this one with the mouth open.
I think they're both great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't really heard anything bad about it. Everything seems to be.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks really great. It's dynamic. I can't remember the price point. I feel like was it like $1,300 though? Like it was.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It was a little high.
Well, I mean, you got 6 vampires on the base.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, you have a lot going on in the base, and it is a third scale from them.
And multiple weapon switch outs.
Yeah. So I feel like that could be fair. There's what you're talking about right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Different knives and different.
The prime one would be $2,000.
Yep. Yeah. Right.
And PCS shipping to the U.S. is usually affordable.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's great. Well,
they have a warehouse in Vernon, California, about an hour from me.
Oh, wow. So let's hope that stays the case.
Yeah.
Again, this is an American company, so that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great. I love the teeth.
I'm tempted. I don't know where the heck I'd put it, but I'm tempted. I think it's a stellar piece.
It's really good.
That means something's got to go.
I know.
But yeah, it does look great. It's very dynamic. This is the Iron Spider piece. That's also not. I don't think this one's up for pre-order yet. I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
Or is it? Okay. again, based on a great comic book cover. I haven't heard as much about this one, like as much buzz, but I still think it looks great.
People are happy with it. I mean, they think it looks, the design of it's really cool.
I mean, it's very accurate to me. Great base, great color. There's my Joker that's coming. But I thought I had not seen these side by side like this, so I thought this photo was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like they both just had their hair done.
I know. I'm really nervous about the hair. I do have a hairdresser in my family, so I have a feeling I'm going to be taking this to her. It's going to be an awkward
You may
conversation.
You may want to take her to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I bring this up? So I have a half-size torso that I want you to do the hair.
I wish I was closer.
Oh, I know. I just need to fly you in. That's what I need to do.
I think the big key is they should stop about an hour before they did, because they do too much to it.
Yeah, it's too curly. It's too much. And it's like, the thing is, like, I know some collectors have complained about the hair, but it's like the thinness of his hair. Like, that's how his hair is. He was in Dark Knight, he was really thinning bad.
Yeah.
And so, like, I love that. That's the most accurate I've seen, because a lot of times they just pile on the hair, and he did not have a ton.
Nope.
And you could see his scalp through the hair.
And it certainly was not like a L'Oreal commercial.
No. It's not like Fabio.
No, it does not have all those curls. So
this is his date night hair.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that mine turns out okay. Date night hair. That's gonna be a shirt. Oh, well, here we have another Heath Ledger Joker. This is from McFarlane Toys. I wanted to share these because I know we have some McFarlane collectors in the chat. So they're doing a Dark Knight series. They're doing Heath Ledger's Joker. They're doing Batman himself, and they're also doing Two-Face.
Those look good.
Yeah, I feel like he looks a little wonky here a little bit, but I still think it looks fun.
Well,
and then
is pretty wonky.
He is a pretty wonky character, but I think the suit looks really cool the way they did the burning.
Yeah.
And then you have also the Scarecrow from the original film, Batman Begins, and he was in the Dark Knight a little bit, and Dark Knight Returns as well. And then you also have a Bane, and I think Bane is like a Build-A-Bane. So you buy the different pieces, and then you can build Bane.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool they're doing all these new figures. They all look really good. Cool things for Dark Knight collectors. And then they also had Vampire Joker. I don't know what this is from. Have you guys seen this one?
There's a DC versus Vampires comic book series that's been going on for a while.
It looks fun, but like everybody's like, what is going on with this elbow?
Yeah, that's quite an elbow we got there.
Yeah, like I don't think elbows work quite like that.
You'd have to be living dead to get your elbow to do that.
It's like I've got an extendo elbow. But I like that his mallet looks very much like the mallet from the Superpowers when I was a kid. I like that. That's cool.
That's cool.
And they're also doing a Robin.
That could look better.
I think it's not Damien, is it? Is it Damien?
Mm-hmm. Damien from The Omen.
From The Omen. Oh my God, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I mean, that's not Damien. That's Dick Grayson. Yeah. That's supposed to be Dick Grayson. Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Whatever. Looks like was that Alfred C. Newman from the Mad magazine?
Yeah. He does a little bit. Yep. I got to give a shout out to this collector right here. I don't know if you guys saw the room tour, but I thought this was really creative to use paper to create a bat cave.
Yeah.
That's amazing that it's paper.
Yeah, it's paper.
When he
really
said
crazy.
that in the video, he said he crumpled up photo paper.
Yep.
That's a lot of photo paper.
That's a lot of photo paper and a lot of paint because he painted all of it too.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy.
And it photographs as a cave.
It does. this is always something that I would love to do with my collection, but at the end of the day, like it's just it's too dark for me. Like I could not ever do something this dark.
Yeah.
Because I need the light. But it looks really cool.
It does look
and
cool.
the suits, the bat suits.
Yeah, the bat suits are all right here, really well done. The way he pulled the window shade down, it looked like the computer screen.
Yeah,
Well,
that
at one
was
point,
that
he said he
was
showed up. He wore one of those suits. He said he showed up for his buddy's, kid's birthday party or something.
It's really cool.
So
anyway, I just want to give a shout out to him and thank him again for doing the video for us.
yeah,
And
very
if you
cool.
if you haven't seen it, it's a couple videos back, guys. Really fun video tour. Got some Hot Toys love. We got some new Ant-Man and the Wasp. And this is, I think, a really great likeness.
Yeah.
I
Not
think
bad
it
at all.
looks like her.
Yeah, I do too. I absolutely love her when she was on Lost, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
favorite show of mine. I loved her on that show. So it's always great to see her in anything. So we have her, and this is the actual sculpt here. Looks good. And then you also have Scott as well. Going to be rooting on my Chiefs this weekend, I'm sure. This likeness I don't think is quite as good as hers,
Yeah.
but not bad.
I saw a
that
funny
last
quote.
one, they did have that big smile.
Oh yeah, it looked
Yeah.
weird, didn't
They
it?
got so much grief about that.
Yeah, it did look weird. This does look better than that for sure.
I saw a funny quote from him today. He said that for years his son thought that he worked in a movie theater and he never corrected him.
I saw that.
That's hilarious.
And he thought that till he was a teenager.
Wow. That's a long con. That's long.
That's a long con, right?
Yeah,
there.
it is. This I threw in some photos because the last show that we had some in-hand photos of this piece from Queen Studios, and I didn't think the photos were very great. I feel like it looks better here. This is that whatever I can't remember what we called it. It's not like Vampire Batman, but kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
But I just thought the photos were a little bit more clear and they looked better. Speaking of looking better, this is the Sideshow premium format, and I think it looks really good here.
I just don't care for the pose.
The pose is still
Yeah.
weird, but I'm just like I keep looking at the likeness. I'm like, that is 100% Christian Bale to me.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
I even think the suit, I mean, the whole piece is, I think, really nice. Excuse me, but that pose.
Bless you. Yeah, the pose is just a little strange. Looks better there.
He kind of, I've said it before, I think, but he kind of looks like he has a dad bod.
Well, I could concur to that. What do you think of this one, Julia? Do you think this one is a little bit awkward?
It's the pose. Yeah, I can't get past the pose.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was designed to like kind of hide him more with the cape, because some people do, kind of, wrap the cape around him a little bit, but I don't know. It's just too bad because the portrait's so good.
I've never been crazy about the cape on that costume. You've got kind of this high-tech costume with a velour cape.
Yeah, it's very velvety.
It always looked kind of weird to me.
Yeah. That real soft.
Yeah, it's been hard for companies to make it look like it did in the movie. It looks too plush.
Yeah.
Whereas in the movie, it looked like a textured material, and it made sense that when Current went through it, it took a form.
Yep.
But it always kind of looks like the dress Carol Burnett did in her Gone with the Wind spoof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I know I've had a statue with that particular fabric before on a Batman piece, and it's a dust magnet. Dust really likes that material, which is unfortunate. This one I thought was a cool photo because this shows you how big the Bat bike space is, but we've never really seen these side by side with the Prime 1 quarter scale. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see them side by side, get kind of a size comparison. This was the Batman Hush from McFarlane. This is the 12-inch statue, like $40. I know a lot of people were interested in seeing what this piece was all about, so I thought that was cool. I threw that in there. We also have the quarter scale Darth Vader that just started coming out from Iron Studios.
I saw that one at a D23.
What'd you think of it in person?
It's cool, but I don't really need Vader on a throne.
Did it look like quality or did it look kind of plasticky?
No, I thought it looked good.
Look how big it is, though. It's big.
It is big.
Yeah, it's a big piece.
Yeah.
I want him doing something. I'm not a throne statue person, though.
I think it'd be cooler if, in Empire Strikes Back where he's in that, like, that oxygen dome where it comes apart and he talks to the Emperor or whatever. Like, I feel like that would have been a cooler diorama than this.
Yep, I agree.
That's just my opinion. It does have a extra armor head. So that's interesting with the damage. So anyway, that's from Iron Studios and looks pretty accurate to me. This was a new Harley that people are starting to get in hand. This is from, is it from, I want to say Kotobukiya. Now I can't remember. I think it's Kotobukiya.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's a fun little piece.
It looks like one of their bases.
Yeah. So I thought it turned out pretty nice. I think the paint application looks nice on her. Kind of fun, cute. Not too shabby. Gives you kind of an idea for scale.
He looks great.
Yeah, that's a great Flashpoint Batman. Got some more in-hand photos. This one is from Sume Art. And I love this thing. I think it looks fantastic.
That thing really needs a revolving turntable, a mechanized turntable.
It really does. And it's a scale that I'm trying to avoid at all costs, but this one and the Joker piece are both really cool looking.
Agreed.
Love all the shattered glass elements. Look at the texture on him. I think it looks really great. Can't talk about telling a story.
Yeah.
This is Goonies. I thought this was pretty fun. I loved Goonies as a kid, and so to see this one, I don't feel like Chunk looks anything like Chunk, but
no,
I feel like Sloth. I mean, look at that. That doesn't look anything like him.
Yeah, that's bad.
That doesn't look like a real person.
Yeah, it's just so bad. But I think they did a pretty good job on him.
Yeah.
But like this doesn't look anything like the actor. And maybe they didn't get the likeness of him. Maybe I'm not sure. But anyway,
that head and neck just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's very strange. But anyway, I thought the diorama was cool with the skeleton and the gold. Pretty cool piece. That's what I got.
Very cool.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.